So, you want to learn how to crochet? I got you, you're in the right place. I'm not going to be doing any long, boring introductions. Let's just get straight into it. The sooner we get through this, the sooner you'll be able to actually follow along in video tutorials and even written patterns. And then you'll actually get into the fun parts about crocheting. Now, this is an absolute beginner course and it'll be spread out into multiple videos, but if you are impatient like me and you just want all the videos all at once, just subscribe to my free newsletter. The link will be in the description, and then you'll just have all the videos readily available. Now, to even start crocheting, you're gonna need some materials. I'll be listing four things. That's all you need just to start crocheting. Number one, you're gonna need a crochet hook. As you can see, mine is disgusting. The rubber is falling off and there are things coming off. It's disgusting because this is literally what I use all the time. For beginners, I recommend just getting one of those crochet kits from Amazon. I have a link below. It is an affiliate link, but if you have other ways to get crochet hooks, then do what works best for you. The kit usually has a few sizes of crochet hooks already. There's stitch markers and darning needles, I believe. To me, that's the easiest way to go because it's about $10 to $15 and you have a lot of materials already. Second, of course, you're gonna need some yarn. I recommend for beginners, just get a size 4 medium acrylic yarn. Size 4 medium acrylic, this one. I'm saying this because this is the cheapest one that I know of, and when I was a beginner, I also started with just this. This one, this whole thing is probably like $3-4 Canadian. I'll also link this in the description so it's easier for you to find. But I know they also have some at Michael's and at Walmart and your local craft store. Matter of fact, honestly, just get whatever yarn you can find. It'll work. I'm sure you know that different types of yarn are better for different types of projects, but I'm not gonna go over that right now because you're still learning how to crochet. We'll go over that later on. Next, you're gonna need scissors. Everybody has scissors. You're fine. You're good. And lastly, you're gonna need a darning needle. This is especially important if you want to hide your tails after you finish your project. Darning needles are different from the usual sewing needles because they're much bigger, which you're gonna need for yarn. There are also darning needles in the crochet kit that I mentioned before, so if you buy that, you're pretty much good. Okay, now that's it for the materials. Let's get started. First, with how to hold your yarn. Now, this first lesson is actually something that people I teach how to crochet, this is what they kind of struggle with a lot in the beginning. It's going to be how to hold your crochet hook and your yarn, because this is such a foreign movement for them. It takes some time to actually get used to it. So I'm just going to be using my size 4 medium acrylic yarn. This is like a lavender color, and I'll be using a 5mm crochet hook. Honestly, you can go probably from a 3.5mm to like a 6mm crochet hook, but I find that 5 is a good size for this type of yarn. First, in order to actually hold your yarn, you're going to need a slip knot first. That's one of the foundational things of crocheting. To start a slip knot, you lay your yarn like this. Notice how this side is the tail, it's the shorter end, and then this part is the moving end. It moves because this is where all the yarn is. You lay your yarn like this. I'm just holding it in place so it doesn't fall. And then your left hand will actually go behind and your index finger will go in between it and kind of hold everything in place like this. Okay, and now you're going to take your right 2 fingers from your right hand and you're going to insert it from behind as well into this little loop. Okay, and then your left hand is going to twist forward like this. Okay, so you're holding everything in place and you just twist your left hand like this. Now these right 2 fingers will grab this yarn over here. Okay, and then I'm going to pull through the loop. Pull, 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 and notice how this is actually moving. So let go of the tension a little bit so that you can pull, pull, pull until you have your slip knot. Secure it with your left hand, just hold it like this. That is your slip knot. Now, you're going to take your crochet hook and you're going to insert it into the loop from the front, okay, like this. Now notice, if I'm pulling this, right, the front is moving, right? It's moving down. That's what you want, because sometimes what people do is like they insert from the back or something, and then you'll notice that this part is the one that's moving, right? We don't want that. We want the front to be moving. So I'm just gonna tighten it about right here. So it's still a little bit bigger than my hook. That's what you want. Now that you've finished your slip knot, this is the foundation, right? And we can build chains now from this, depending on how big your project is. But first we need to figure out how do we actually hold our yarn and crochet hook. How I normally hold it, I'm just gonna show you first. I go like this, right? This is how I hold my yarn. Now, let me show you. Pick it up. You see how these 3 fingers are holding? Just hold it tight. And this this index finger will go under. And then I adjust so that it's a little bit further, like this. Now, my middle finger and my thumb will now hold the base of this slip knot. And then you can start making your chains, right? Let me demonstrate again, because you know, holding your yarn and crochet hook is very subjective. You do what works best for you. You could literally hold your yarn like multiple times like this, and if this is what works, then that's what works for you. But let me just show you again in case my way is actually a way that works for you as well. So I hold it like this. My 3 fingers, my index finger will then go under, and then I pull it a little bit. My middle finger and my thumb will now go and hold this, the base of the slip knot. Now let's learn how to make a chain. This will make a lot more sense once you're actually crocheting. So I just hold everything like this. Make sure this part is actually the tightest part. This needs to hold a lot of tension. And how you adjust the tension is you go up and down with your index finger like this. You see how it's more loose if I go down, and it's more tight if I'm up here. Because in between here, you can see my yarn is being held really tight. Now, for your crochet hook, there's also different ways to hold your crochet hook. Some people hold it like this, right? I think there's like either like a pencil hold and like a spoon hold. I don't actually know all the holds, but some people will hold it like this, and then you crochet like this. And then there's some people like me who hold it like this, like a pencil. This is what I'm most comfortable with. This is also very subjective. Hold it however you want. A chain is basically you yarn over, right? You see how I'm going underneath the yarn, and you hook the yarn onto your crochet hook, and then you pull. You notice how this slip knot is staying in place. It's not going backwards or anything. It's just held in place, but the hook is moving. So I hold it in place by putting my middle finger here, and this hook goes in, and you're trying to place the yarn inside the loop and back out. There you go. That is your first chain. Let me demonstrate again. You yarn over, you pull, 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 and there you go. Sometimes it's hard for you to actually get your hook through the loop because your tension is really tight. In that case, you just be a bit more loose, and then you pull your hook so that the hole is bigger. So yarn over, pull through. It's much easier to pull through a bigger hole. Again, pull through a chain. Notice how I'm having a hard time because my hole is too small. So I adjust it so it's more loose, and it's so much easier to make a chain. So practice making a chain, because that is a way for you to practice the tension on your left hand. Okay, you're gonna figure out what works for you, what hold feels the most comfortable, right? This is gonna take some time because this is your first time actually crocheting, okay? Be patient with yourself, and you're gonna figure out what hold works best for you, whether you're holding it like this, whether you're holding it like this, whatever works for you, okay? So practice by making a whole bunch of chains. You can make as much as you want. You can make a bracelet with just this. But anyway, if you're happy with the amount of chains that you practiced with and you want to keep this project, all you have to do is cut right here. Notice how my hook is still on the loop, and then you just pull it upwards and you just made a knot, and it seals your chains. Okay, now you're done learning the slip knot and the chain. I will see you in the next lesson, where I will be teaching you how to make a single crochet, a half double crochet, and a double crochet.